the outside heel hook. The reason why it's an outside heel hook is his leg's on the outside, and I'm twisting his heel outward. Versus an inside heel hook, which we're going to get into in a little bit, and his heel is getting twisted. So first we're going to talk about single leg X, or the Ashigarambi position. A mistake that I always see is that people try to hook the same side of the leg, and it's like this. It's too loose, and you want to have a tight leg control and a tight leg pinch. So I want you to bring your heel, or your knee to your heel here, pinch your legs together, and then I can hook his far leg. So that way I also have a little bit of control on his far side leg, as well as his near side leg. Another reason why I don't do this is, yeah, you can grab my heel and then twist my own leg, and it just sucks to be in a good position. So first things first is whether you have an inside or outside leg control, you want to have a tight pinch with your leg, because that is a must. The next is that I want to keep his knee swallowed. His goal is when he's trying to escape is to get his knee out from the knee line. And what I mean by the knee line is the line between my two thighs. If his knee's on this side of the line, I have control. If his knee starts to slip out, even if I had like an ankle lock or something, I really don't have the same type of control. So I really want to keep it swallowed. I can always cup his thigh to help keep it swallowed and keep it forward. The next is, I want to get his toes in my arm if I'm doing a heel hook. So if I'm doing a heel hook from the outside, I want his pinky toe in my arm. Just like so. If I'm doing an inside heel hook, I want the opposite. I want his big toe in my arm. The next thing is if I was doing an ankle lock, I'll wrap his leg. But we're going to be going over heel hooks, so instead of wrapping, it kind of gets my hand stuck. I'm just going to pinch my elbow over. All right. When it comes to applying the heel hook, if I were to draw a line from his hip to his heel, and let's say I'm doing a outside heel hook, I want his knee on this side. If his knee starts to go on this side of the line, you can start to do what's called heel slipping, and you can start to escape. So when I'm doing an outside heel hook, I want his knee pointing this way. Like I said, if I were to draw a line from his hip to his knee's on the inside versus the outside. And then it's vice versa. If we had this position, if I were to draw that line from his heel to his knee, his heel to his hip, his knee's on this side and not this way. You can see this is when he's going to start doing what's called heel slipping, and he'll start to escape. So I think it's easier to learn at least the application from this position, and then we'll get into the inside. So once again, I'm pinching my knees real tight. I'm keeping his knees swallowed. I'm not wrapping his leg, but I'm pinching his leg. And look, instead of me trying to reach, see a lot of people try to reach and pull out his leg. I no longer have a pinch with this arm, and it's going to be a little bit looser, and that's how he's going to escape. So rather, I pinch, and you can see I drop my body to the ground. Just like anything else in jiu-jitsu, I'm using my whole body and not just like a single limb. So I'm going to bridge my hips in until his heel starts to pop out. It's a little hard for you guys to see, but his heel pops out. His pinky toe is in my armpit, and now I'm going to get a nice tight pinch. I'm not going to, you can go hand to hand, but just like everything else, I was saying, I want it to be tight. So I'm going to reach and try to go elbow to elbow. If I can't go elbow to elbow, I'm going to go wrist to wrist. And then I just bridge my hips in. And you can see I barely even moved to get the finish. If you're like bridging and going really far, something's loose, something's wrong, and you're not going to get the tap, especially on someone that has real flexible legs. So pinch, hook his far leg. I'm still squeezing, I'm pinching. I drive my hips in, and his heel will naturally start to pop out in a position. If you were just to drop to the other side, so you can see. So when I go, I'm bridging in, and I'm pulling my elbow back, almost like I was pulling a bow and arrow, until his heel pops into position, and it's here. I can go palm to palm, but that's not as tight as if I were to try to reach for my elbows, and I'm hugging nice and tight. You can see I even bring my chin forward and my chest forward to stay nice and crunched up, and then you can see I barely even move to apply. Sometimes you're going to feel it in the knee, sometimes you'll feel it in the ankle. It's really where the weakest link is, but usually it's in someone's knee. So one more time, pinch, pinch, bridge, and I'm pulling my elbow back, and his heel will start to slip out. I get a nice tight pinch, I'll go wrist to wrist or elbow to elbow. If you really can't reach then I'll grab palm to palm, but I still keep my hands up high, and then I just bridge my hips in, and you can see I only move maybe like an inch. It's like a pound or two of pressure to get the finish. Does anyone have any questions on that? That was a lot of information all at once. But I want you guys just to practice here. We're going to get into the inside leg control in a little bit, but just start from the basic Ashigarami position. All right, anyone want to see it one more time? All right, 1, 2.